Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Lovey and today we're going to be doing a deep stretching hip opening flow. So when you're ready, we're going to find our way to start in Malasana, so yogi squat. You can bring a block with you if you'd like to place under your bottom. Yogi squat, we're just sitting onto our heels, knees are following the toes out to the side, arms can be pushing against the knees and palms to touch in front, or you can just have your arms resting on the knees. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths to begin. So just try to breathe down into the belly, soften out the body. Even though this is an activated pose, we want to bring in softness. Really envision this breath as it travels through your body, perhaps sending this prana, this life force energy down into the hips, down into the ankles, wherever you need it. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Nice deep belly breaths, activated breaths. Letting it go with a sigh. And 1 more breath. Beautiful. From here, bring the arms up to the sky. And on the exhale, walk them forward and find a forward fold here in this Malasana. You can drop the hips from side to side. Coming up, bringing up the heels, and then finding stillness when you feel ready. Let the head hang loose, the neck. And you're activated here in your fingertips. Maybe you're walking forward a little bit more. Maybe you're shaking out the head with some yeses and some nos. Take 2 more breaths here. 1 last breath. And on the exhale, we're going to walk the hands back and push our bottom up to find a forward fold. So just let yourself hang in forward fold here. You can bend the knees as much as you need. You can bring the hands to the ground, or you can grab opposite elbows and sway from side to side. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Make sure your neck is loose, your jaw is loose. You're not clenching the facial muscles in your face, your neck muscles. 1 more breath. And on the exhale, we're going to place the hands down. We're going to step the feet, tiptoe, heel toe the feet, however you'd like, out to our goddess squat. So toes are going to face out towards the knees like in Malasana. We're going to bend the knees, bring the hands onto the hips to come up to standing, bring the arms into cactus and come down into our goddess squat. So you're bringing the pelvis forward, tilting the hips, squeezing the core. We'll inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. 1 last time. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, come down, and we'll stay here. So as you do this, you're pulling the knees backwards towards the back of the room. You're bringing the pelvis forward, engaging the upper arms, the belly. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath, sink a little deeper. And then on the exhale, coming up, bringing the arms down, and we're going to move into a Skandasana. So you're going to drop your hips down and your bottom down to one side of the mat. Beautiful. You can bring your block if you'd like and place it under your bottom. Bringing the hands to the chest, toes up to the sky, squatting here, feeling the stretch in the groin. If you'd like, you can bring one arm out underneath that knee, other arm over top, or you can even bind the arms behind the back here. Breathing here, maybe close down the eyes. Your gaze can be up or down, wherever is comfortable, maybe both, stretching out the neck. Take one more breath here. And then from here, we're going to unbind the arms if they were binded, bringing the hands down, and we're going to twist into a low lunge. So knee is on the ground, toes are tucked, and front leg is in an L shape. Hands are framing the front foot. We're going to untuck the toe, and we're just going to hinge and bring that hip forward, stretching out into the groin here. So your hands are on the outside of your foot, and you're breathing here. We'll just hold here. If you'd like, you can move this a little bit deeper into a lizard lunge, bringing both your hands on the inside of the front foot, and you can rock from side to side. And then if it's in your practice, you can also bend the back leg and grab onto the back foot, making this mermaid pose. So just staying wherever you'd like here for a few breaths, making sure you're squeezing your belly. Two more breaths. And one more breath here. From here, if you've got that leg bent, you're just going to hold it there. And if you haven't got it bent, you're going to bring it up towards a bend, but then you're going to twist it so it's facing along the short side of the mat. And then from here, you're in this side open squat. You're going to sit backwards onto this leg, place the hand behind the foot, and reach up, opening up the chest, opening up the thighs, feeling this stretch in the front body here, extending that leg nice and straight. Open up the chest. Two more breaths here. And one more breath. And on the exhale, coming back down, windmill that arm back and forward, back into this front lunge with the toe tucked this time. And then from here, we're going to just drop on the outsides of the feet. So you're going to drop onto the outside of the front foot and the outside of the back foot, opening up the side here, coming into this revolved lizard lunge. Feeling a stretch here on the side body. Arm can be up if you'd like some activation. Take one more breath here. And then from here, we're going to place the hands down on the inside of the front foot, but we're going to keep ourselves on this outside angle. And then from here, you're going to take this front foot and bring it to the back foot. Now I am just going to turn around so you guys can see me. So you've just taken this front foot to the back, and now we're in this side kind of mermaid pose, I guess. So both your hands, make sure they are shoulder width apart, fingertips are spread, and you might feel a little stretch here in the lower back, the ribs, the belly. And from here, we're just gonna move around, do some twisting, stretching out into the hips. Maybe you need to extend the top leg backwards to feel more of a stretch. And just move around here intuitively, wherever you feel the pose. You can also lower down and lower back up. And just hold here. Once you find a spot that you feel needs a stretch, holding here. Two more breaths. One more breath here. And then from here, we're just gonna roll over now, finding our low cobra. So coming down, make sure the hands are still shoulder width apart, elbows are tucked in, and we're just pushing up into our cobra. And then coming back down on the exhale. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. Make sure your tops of the feet are pressing into the ground. One last time, inhale. And exhale, coming down. Beautiful. Come down to lie down onto your belly, forehead onto the hands. And then from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet up to the sky and just do some windmills. So just dropping the feet from side to side. And then from here, maybe you want to hold on one side, feeling into that stretch, and then moving into the other. Beautiful. And when you feel ready, you're going to place the hands now by the side, pushing up and finding our way into downward facing dog. Finding your way to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Spread the toes nice and wide, spread the fingers nice and wide. Knees can be as bent as you need. You're bringing your bottom up to the sky in this inverted V shape. The elbow eyes, the front parts of the elbows are twisting towards the front. Shoulders are pulling away from the ears. The neck is loose and your head is just hanging between your arms and your shoulders. We'll take 3 more breaths here. One more breath. And then from here, we're just walking the feet to the top of the mat and finding our way back into this forward fold. Perhaps this time you want to grab the back of the head, interlacing the fingers and sway from side to side. Shoulders are loose, neck is loose, jaw is loose. Take 1 more breath here. And on the exhale, slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Nice and slow to the top. And we'll heel toe the feet out once again to this goddess pose. When you're ready, inhale, bring the arms up to the sky and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. One last time, inhale up and exhale down. Make sure your knees are following your toes, holding here in this goddess. Squeezing that belly, pelvis is forward, squeeze the bum. Two more breaths. One last breath, sink a little bit deeper. And exhale, hands on the hips coming up. And then from here, bringing the toes back into center. We're stepping the left leg out now a little bit further, finding our Skandasana on this side. So again, bringing that block if you need it. Holding here, palms to the chest. And then from here, maybe you'd like to place the hand out and over. Or maybe you're in a full bind. Make sure your toes are up to the sky. You can look down or up. And you're breathing here. You're shining the chest forwards, not down. You're not hunched, you're opening. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Unwrapping those arms. If you had your arm in the sky, coming down, finding this lunge pose now, rolling over the hips and making your way down into this low lunge. Untucking the toe, your front leg is in an L shape, framing the front foot with the hands, and we're just pulsing here, bringing the hips forward, maybe rocking from side to side, doing what you did on the other side. So if you brought the hands on the inside here, more of a lizard lunge, you're bringing the hips down, rocking from side to side. And we'll stay here once you find that spot. So maybe your leg is extended up and maybe you're in mermaid, holding on to this foot. Wherever you are, you're going to hold here for 3 breaths. Two more breaths. And 1 more breath here. Beautiful. Bring those hands back down to frame the front foot. If that foot isn't already risen, you're rising it up and then dropping it so it's in line with the short end of the mat, and then you're dropping your hips back and your bottom down onto that leg, placing the hand behind and reaching up, extending that leg that was in the L shape. Finding this open chest, open hips, and minor back bend. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And one more breath. And on the exhale, swing those arms back up to the front of the mat, swivel that foot, finding our way into this low lunge again, but with the toes untucked this time. And then from here, we're rolling onto the outsides of the feet. So the outside of the foot on both sides, finding this revolved lizard lunge. Arm comes up and back, or reaches up to be more activated. And you're dropping the hips down towards the mat. Watch those shoulders, keep them away from the ears. You push the floor away. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath here. And then on the exhale, bring the arm down. From here, we're just going to find our way to bring this foot backwards so it's resting onto the other foot. And once again, I'm swapping sides just to show you. So you're in this, again, mermaid kind of pose. Your hands are framing the front of the mat. Your body's on its side and you're in this twisted pose. Again, maybe you need to extend the top leg backwards to find more of a twist. And then from here, you push the floor away, watch what the shoulders are doing and you're breathing. So if you need to rock around a little bit, twist a little bit, maybe even need to do a couple of push-ups like you did on the other side. And then staying here for 3 breaths. One more breath here. Beautiful. On the exhale, bring the the feet forward and bring the chest down, finding our way into these cobra movements again, but this time we're going to frame the front of the mat with the fingertips. Bring the forehead down. Inhale, coming up, and exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up, full wave motion from the head, neck, and to the lower back. And exhale, coming down. One last time, inhale, come up. And exhale, come back down. Bring the arms by the side this time, rest the head down, and just rock the hips from side to side. When you feel ready, coming into this stillness, bring the hands in front of the chest, push yourself up and push back into the closed knee child's pose. So knees together, toes and ankles together. And just let yourself melt down here. And just focus on your breath here. We'll stay for 5 breaths. Notice how your lower back is feeling, your hips, your belly. Breathing this air down into the spine. And take 2 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. And from here, we're going to make our way to lie onto our backs. So find your way onto your back. And then from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Knees drop out to the side. You can bring blocks or pillows underneath your knees for support. And while doing this, we're going to just hinge the hips and the pelvis up. You'll notice you'll feel more of a stretch in the groin. And we're going to try to hold here. So you're engaging your core, hinging the hips up, and breathing here. So you're squeezing the lower back into the ground. So there's no little dip in the lower back, just a straight line all the way down. Your whole back is meeting the floor, engaging the core and spreading the legs. Make sure you're really squeezing the back of the lower back into the floor. You can feel the whole back touching the mat. Take 5 more breaths here. 4 more breaths. Squeeze that lower back into the ground. Squeeze the abs. 2 more breaths. And last breath here. And on the exhale, extend the legs out. Extend the arms by the side, roll the shoulders away from the ears. If you'd like some support, you can pop the pillow now underneath the knees, and we'll move into Shavasana, our integration period. If you have any last poses you would like to do before moving into Shavasana, you're more than welcome to. And when you feel ready, make your way onto your back. Make your way into this resting pose. And allow yourself to be still for these last moments. Sending love and energy into your hips, into your back, into your belly. And just breathing here. And whenever you feel ready, you're welcome to stay here longer if you'd like. But if you're with me, you're going to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Rolling onto one side whenever you feel ready. Staying here for a few moments of stillness, the last few moments of gratitude and love for yourself. I bow my head to all of you. Thank you for being here. Together we say Namaste. Namaste. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Sending you love wherever you are in the world. Namaste.